This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. This is a sponsored message. I've been using Anchor as my podcast host for a while now, and it's been a pleasure to use. Anchor offers benefits that most other hosts do not. It's free to use, but it also has a collection of tools that allow you to create a podcast completely within the Anchor website or smartphone app. They distribute your show to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other distribution channels without any additional effort on your part, and you can make money from your podcast without any minimum audience size. So you can use it as a more traditional podcast host like I do, but it's also got everything you need to start a podcast from scratch. If you're keen to give it a shot, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's Wednesday, August 10th, 2022. Let's talk about the news. From Reuters, FBI searches Trump's Florida home as part of presidential records probe. This story is likely to shape headlines for the next few weeks, but what we seem to know so far is that FBI agents raided former President Trump's Florida estate, Mar-a-Lago, on Monday, and according to a message posted online by Trump, they took some things and broke into his safe. This raid was reportedly part of a larger investigation into classified files the former president may have taken from the White House when he left in early 2021, following his 2020 election loss. But again, we don't know many specifics at the moment, and FBI officials haven't commented yet, though we do know that Trump was in Manhattan when the raid occurred. Responses from Trump's supporters have thus far ranged from shocked to angry to threats of violence, and in some cases calls for civil war, in response to what they perceive to be political victimization, while folks on the left seem to be waiting for more details, and in some cases are celebrating what seems to be movement on one of the several alleged illegal things Trump may have done before, during, and following his time in office. From BBC News, at least 8 dead in Seoul amid heaviest rain in decades. At least 8 people have been confirmed killed and 14 confirmed injured so far, following flooding that filled metro stations, caused blackouts, and consumed roads throughout the city. Some parts of Seoul received the heaviest rain they've seen in 80 years, and current projections suggest heavy rain is likely for the next several days. At least 163 people have been made homeless by the flooding, and public transportation has been shut down or truncated citywide. And from the Associated Press, protesters block roads in Iraq after 3rd day of power cuts. Protesters in southern Iraq have started to block roads following several days without power during a period of 50 degrees Celsius, which is about 122 degrees Fahrenheit, summer heat. These blackouts are partially the consequence of the aforementioned extreme heat, as residents attempting to stay cool stress the already fragile power grid, and they're happening at the same time as political protests outside the Iraqi parliament building, where supporters of a popular cleric who recently left parliament in protest of political stagnation are demanding early elections. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.